Hey everybody, thank you for tuning in to the Meaning to Live YouTube Therapy Tip of the Day channel. And boy, have I got a doozy for you. This is something that I wish I had known when I was young, because I first experienced it probably when I was 13 years old. And I experienced it with this girl named Rachel. I remember her last name, I'm not going to tell you. This is what it is. It's called New Relationship Energy. The acronym is NRE. And it's just a fascinating thing that happens at the beginning of every potential romantic relationship you may have. It goes on. It happened again when I was 15. It happened again when I was 17. It's just a crazy thing where you'll start forming a relationship and your oxytocin chemicals will kick off. All these endorphins will rush in. And you will have this almost euphoric feeling. It's almost like being high, just this feeling of wellness and goodness and connection. And some people describe it as magical. It's just a real crazy thing that happens. And it could be really confusing. So it needs to be addressed, because boy, can it really distort some realities. The first time it happened to me, I was really fascinated with this girl named Rachel, and she was probably 13, 14, I don't know, but really, we were little young kids, and she was in my math class, and she would sit there and do her homework, and she would bend her head over the desk, and she would have this stringy brown hair, and as I think back on it, I think, I don't think that she washed her hair. It wasn't really nothing special or cool about that hair, but with NRE, oh, I couldn't get enough of looking at her do her homework. I was just focused. I was fascinated by it. So NRE will give us some real faulty perceptions of what's going on. It really, you can't really trust it, because it just doesn't last. Eventually we'll come down from that cloud and reality will start kicking in, and we'll start noticing, oh, that person's hair is not very well kept, or another thing that with NRE is that your interests will change to their interests, just so you can form into, more connecting with them. It's just a crazy concept that happens. Some people think that the more NRE you have at the beginning of the relationship, the longer the relationship will last. Because what happens is that people will have this immense, fascinating, magical connection that's so special and unique, and then it'll go along, it'll fade like everything always does, and then they'll connect with somebody else, and they'll just kind of hop around from relationship to relationship, really being addicted to that feeling of euphoric and just that feeling of all is right, all is well, and you are whole. Just all that things, all because of NRE, and no one tells us this in school. They need to tell us, because it goes on throughout our lives. Here's the real kicker, the real trick to a long-lasting relationship. Sure, NRE will help, but the real trick is plain and simple commitment. Isn't that crazy? That's it, just commitment. So, well, that's probably another topic, and I'm past my 3 minutes. So if you enjoyed this, subscribe, push like, share, comment. Do whatever. If you have any questions more, I'll probably do a blog on this at my website, www.meaningtolive.com. Have a good one.